Hi, Thelma here of Seasonal Crafts and Creations. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. If this is your first time here and you like the video that you see, be sure to click that subscribe button and hit that little bell right next to it. That way you won't miss any future videos and contests that I have going on. I'm getting ready to start one where you can win a homemade by me wreath of a snowman head, and look for it Sunday. I'm going to make the video and what you have to do, the requirements to win it. And for today's video in my I Love Winter Christmas series, this is episode 17, and we are going to be using the Halloween witch hat. I already took the bow off and the belt buckle, and you're going to need some ribbon. I found this elf ribbon at the Dollar General, and it was only $2 for a 9-foot row. You will need, they make the same in the little narrow ribbon. It says, the elves made me do it. It says it on both of them. And here it is on the narrow ribbon, and then I just have some red, and all these are wired. You will need your hot glue gun and glue sticks, chenille stems and green and red, and you will need some of this, let me put my glasses on, some of this Christmas decorative mesh with the snow on it. I have one and then a little bit more in case you need some more. And you will need it in the green, and this is from the Dollar Tree. And the little elf is from Dollar General, and each piece is $1. This is the body. As you can see, it's $1, and the little head with the hat on. And you have to buy each foot separately, and they're $1. And you will need some of this mesh tubing. It's that stretchy. Since I'm going to be doing the body of the wreath, that's this part here. In green, I'm going to wrap this around it in red, and you will also need, well, a pair of scissors too, and some of this base filler. If you can, try to get the red and green, but they also have some silver and gold. It just depends on what color you're using, and you don't have to make it an elf. You can use a different stuffed animal, like a snowman, a reindeer, and I think there's a few other ones at the Dollar Tree. If not, you can pick out some good ones at Dollar General, stuffed animals. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to crafting. So let me bring this down so you can see. And excuse me. Now, what you need to do is get your other items, your mesh and your ribbon cut. I'm cutting the mesh, the ones with the snow on it, 8 inches. And then I'm just going to make the ribbon 6 inches. And you do that to all of them, even the, I thought I got this off. get it cut to 6 inches too. And as you're stacking them so you can use them, make sure you separate them into each color. Put all your white in a pile. It'll just be that much easier to handle when you're putting it on your wreath. And the best way, so you make sure you do it, is just put it on top and cut it like that. And do the same thing over and over, and do the same with the mesh if you don't really know how to do it by your ruler. And you will need about 16 to 18 pieces of these little ribbon in order to have enough for the bottom of your hat. Now what I'm doing, since I have green that I'm putting on the top, I'm going to leave this on. That way it has a dark background and you want see-through with lighting. And I've done this many times and you can't even tell it's there. So let's go ahead and keep cutting all the ribbon until your desired shape, length, and do every one of them. And then when you're finished, you take them all, fold it wire to wire, and go up, and that way you have your little V. And I'll show you how to do this side. Just do it on both sides, even with the, I just call it the narrow ribbon because it's way smaller than the big one. But on this, just take it, and now this isn't wired, but normally they're not, these little ones. And make sure it's even. And they should all look like this, and the little elf feet like this. Okay, now that we have all the ribbon cut and the little V in the tail, some of them, this is the last one, so I went ahead and made, well, this was the last two, and as you can see, you can make them different lengths. That way it gives each little bow its own unique look. And I did the same to the elves made me do it, and the little ribbon here. The next thing, you need to get your mesh. You don't have to have the ones that has the snow on it, but this is what I had on hand, so that's what I'm using. You can use regular white, regular green, any color you want for your hat. And I'm going to be giving away one of these elf's hat too. But you just keep going until you have 18 down to 8 inches. And if you have it all done but you need some more, you can just cut them as you go. Okay, now just set all your mesh and ribbon off to the side and grab whatever color you're using for the top of the hat. Flip it over and start in the middle right here. What you need to do is get your glue gun. Make sure you have plenty of glue. Put it right on the plastic part. And, well, you gotta do it. Be pretty fast, because this tends to cool down and, you know, dry real fast. Now just bring up the, if it didn't glue, and put some on the edges. Use your glue gun, the tip of it, to press that down so you're not burning your fingers. I have those finger protectors, but I keep forgetting to get them out when I'm using them. When I'm using my hot glue on something, I said using them. Now, bring it as close down that you can. And all the way down. Make sure it's flush right here. And just start bringing it up. And don't worry about this, just bring it over right here. And you have to do that going all the way up. Just tuck it in. And that's why I say you need at least 2 of whatever color you decide to do the top of your hat. Because you have to keep going round and round in basically the same spot, with just going a little bit up. And as you can see, you can't see the black under it. But if you'd taken the black off, you would have been seeing through it, and you don't want that. Okay, now that you're up here, get your glue gun and let's tighten it up. Now bring it over to exactly where you want it glued at. And just use your scissors, the handle, if you don't have the little finger protectors. That way it won't burn you. Okay, now just keep pushing down on it. Alright, now you can get a good look at what the front's beginning to look like. take that tape off. It's going to take some of your snow, but as you can see from my workstation here, it's all over it anyway. Okay, now go ahead and trim this down because you don't want to see it on the front of your wreath. Now, make it tight. And again, it's very hot, but okay, now take this end and fold it under and bring it down. Now put a fair amount of glue on these because of it seeping through. You want it to glue the area that you're working on. And if you don't have those finger protectors, I strongly urge you to get some. You don't have to get them from the Dollar Tree if you can't find them there. But there you can get 3 of them in a pack. But you can get them at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, all different kinds of stores. Just keep pushing that down until it sticks. Alright, now get your other row. Now, start in the center here. Alright, just put it right there. And as soon as I get this finished, I'll show you what my red mesh tubing is going to be used for. Now just take this and keep going and turn that in like that. Put glue under it and on top. That way it'll hold better, and pull this, I should say, towards a tight fit. And if you want, you can either cut this off or you can leave it and use that to hang with. And I'm going to cut mine off because I like using the very tip. Okay. Now, whoops. Now it's a little tricky here where it curves. but you just keep going around until you get up to the top. Make sure this isn't all the way off. Now just keep, let's see, checking, make sure I'm on the back end of it. Just tuck that in. Okay, now just keep going around it. Okay, now what we'll do, we're just going to use the whole thing. And the way they take this, it's hard to get off. Okay. Now go ahead and cut. Make sure you're on the back end of the hat. And go all the way down. Make sure you have enough glue on here for it to hold it. Make sure it's tight. Okay. Get you another glue stick and put it in, because you want to catch every little piece that doesn't have glue on it at the end. And push down. Alright, now let me see what I have to work with. Now this right here is perfectly fine. All you have to do is grab the end, pull it, and bring it under. Under. Now, pull real hard. Push down on it real hard to make sure that glue gets all the way up. Alright, now take your mesh tubing, go ahead and cut the tie that's holding it. Okay, I just leave mine hanging, and you want to start in the back. Now you first want to tie it. And make sure it's a real tight hold. Okay, now cut your little end off. Excuse me. Now just take this and wrap it around it. See how that's taking care of the edge, and it's adding a nice stylish look to it. like it's elegant and been made in the store. Now this one is going to be in a contest that I will be making a video for, and it will air this Sunday, day after tomorrow. Alright, now take a little bit extra. Now take this, the black trim, whatever that's called, that is holding the black garland around it. Just take this red mesh, go under on one end and up on the other, and now tie it. Alrighty, it's just this is what it looks like so far. Now you want to take and row. Get that off of here. I don't like working with a dirty surface, but I'll just do this for now. Take your mesh. There's two ways you can do this. You can either go this way, which is the way I'm going to do, or you can roll it. And like I said, you will be needing green and red. Each, you do one in green and then you do one in red. Now take your ribbon, if I can get one, it keeps. Okay, we need a red first, and then we need a elf one. Put it sort of at an angle, and then take one of the little ones that we trimmed. Take one of these. Now, crunch it up. Alright, now take this and just make sure it's even. Now twist it at the back of it. But again, make sure it's even on each side. Well, even make sure the mesh is even on both sides. You can do that. Then take your red, or whatever color's your first ribbon. Now take the second one, and then your little one. Okay, now take it and twist it about 3 times. That's what it looks like. Now go over here to the edge and go put 2 on this side on the ends, and then the rest of them you just fill in with whatever that we have left. And if we have let's say 2 of these here extra, then we can go and put 1 extra on the end. Now twist it 3 times. Now bring your tie back up on each side of the trim of the wreath form, and bring it back up, and then twist it. Now I'll show you what these are for. You will need this base filler. And you will need 1 green and 1 red. Now just take it and poke it in. And you do that going all the way around. And then your next one will be green of these, green up here and red there. And you just switch it off back and forth. Okay, this is what it looks like when the bottom is finished. And all you have to do now is make one of these little bows to put at the top of the hat. And you just make it the same way that you made for the bottom of the hat. They're very easy and simple to make. Get some more. I just lost my last elf one that I had of the small ribbon. I can always find it later and just put it with my stash. Make sure your bows stay up. If you have to, just redo it. Okay. Now get a red chenille stem. Go ahead and twist it on. Put it on. Go right here where this little edge at the top and put it in. Now that you have one end in, just take the other side and wrap it around the tip and then twist it a few times. Now go ahead and make a little loop. This is to hang it with. Fluff out your little bow here. Make sure you get them all. Now take another red chenille stem and go in from the back on each side where this here mesh is. Just bring it up. Cut them at different lengths. And these are to put the little red and green ornaments on, or balls. Okay, now get your body and your pieces together. One of mine fell on the floor. Okay, cut these little things that are for you to hang it with, cut them off. Just trim it up. Let's see, I think I have them all. Alright, now figure out where you're going to put it and just get you some glue here. Make sure it's right side up. Now let's put the head on. Put a fair amount of glue. Now let's turn it around here and do the legs. Just glue it right onto the mesh on the back. And be careful not to burn your thumb like I just did. Okay, glue that on backwards. It's easy to fix though. And push down on this one. Now I'm going to bring the camera up so you can see the finished project. And there it is. Now I will be making a video about this in a contest, and it will air Sunday, day after tomorrow. I want to thank y'all for stopping by and checking out my channel. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any future videos, and leave a comment. Thank you and have a nice day.